Good morning. Cadence, where are you today? That's not your normal background. Good morning. Cadence, where are you today? Did everyone have a good weekend? 3-day weekend at that. Yes? No? Ask me later. I don't want to talk about it. Is that a maybe okay, maybe not okay? Jay said hers was good. I've lost my chat. Where is that? Can't find it. So what is tomorrow? Tomorrow's Wednesday, but what's special about tomorrow? I do not know where my chat is. I must have snuck in here and got it. Okay, I'll find it in a minute. Okay. You have two assignments for today. The first one is is a warm-up time to climb. This comes back from one of your previous lessons, but I'll wait a couple of minutes before we get started. Got some cameras off. Has everybody looked at their grades? Now, the Infinite Campus is not going to be the same as Canvas yet, but it will be, hopefully after today, it will be the same. You may show some differences. And I am in the process of calling parents where if you have a failing grade, so just beware. I may be speaking with your parents or leaving a message. But if you're not sure how your grades look so far, go to Canvas and check them. So like I said, Infinite Campus will not reflect the correct grade yet, but it will soon. Because Infinite Campus only syncs with Canvas at 6 o'clock at night. Okay, any questions before we get started? Let me find has everyone looked at their grades to see if there's something we need to talk about? Can you still do the assignments? Yes, you can still do the assignments. Will you be penalized? Possibly. I'm not going to promise you that you will be, but you could possibly be penalized 5%. So you want to be looking at your grades. Like I said, I've already started calling some parents. If you have a failing grade. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with our, what's wrong with me today? With our, I see a cute kitty cat. Is it a he or she?
It's my cat's a she.
Okay, pretty.
She has Down syndrome. That's why her eyes are so big.
Oh, really? I've never heard of a cat having Down syndrome.
It's where their eyes, when they have it, their eyes are more popped out.
I've never heard of that. I learned something new today. Okay, let's get logged in so we can get started. I hope that you have um, looked at your grades. Keep in mind, this is the excuse me progress report. We have until Christmas, right before Christmas, to finalize everything. Okay, I've got some cameras off. One, two, three, four. And this is one of the things I don't understand. We do our activities in class, so there's no reason not to have them completed when you leave class. That's what I have a hard problem understanding. Okay, let's get started. Let's see if I can go in as a student. Okay, so 8 people have responded and we have 9. Show me the names. Here we go. Looks like Cadence is in first, Sophia second, Amari third, Julissa. I got some people that haven't responded. How you gonna get a grade if you don't respond? Leah, did you respond? Okay, we need one more person to come on. Did everybody finish it? I think I had one person that did not. Nyla, I need your camera on. Okay, continuing on. We've got a video how to take online classes. And then you'll have 2 from last week. Some of you may have finished them, some of you may not, but they were not due until Friday. So anything that we have that we're doing this week is not included in your progress report. For some reason, it's not letting me see the video. I can look at it. Were any of you guys able to see it? Cadence, you can see it? I don't know why it's not letting me see it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up as live participation. Uh, I'm not sure why it's not letting me see it. Okay, how to take online classes.
Hello, my Socratica friends. We're here to help you be a great student.
Can you hear? Can you hear? I don't know where my chat is, so don't send me a chat. I've lost it somewhere on my screen. Just give me a thumbs up if you could hear it. Hey, Google right fast how to find my Zoom chat. Well, okay, like I said, the chat's not working. I don't know where it's going to. But did everyone hear that? Thank you, Cadence. Okay, just want to make sure you could hear.
And being a great student doesn't always mean sitting in a classroom. You can be a virtual student by taking online classes. You can take extension courses or even choose to get your entire degree online. It's a brand new era in education.
What do you already know about taking online classes? You should know a lot by now. We've been doing it several weeks. Okay, so Sophia, you finished it?
People. Have you ever taken a course online? Did you expect it to be easier than a traditional class? Confession time. I signed up for an online course from Oxford about the Italian Renaissance once. And well, let's just say I was very surprised when I realized there's a lot more involved in learning this way. I know I'm not alone because the completion rate of online courses hovers around 3%.
Ooh, did you hear that? What percentage does completion of courses? This is talking about for adults, not young people like you. That's not a good percentage.
3%. I know we can do better. Let's figure this out together. What are the benefits? What are the pitfalls? How can we succeed learning online? First of all, I think we need to manage our expectations. This is a new kind of learning for most of us, and it makes sense to not overcommit when you're just starting out. So pick one class and think of it as a learning experience in and of itself.
Okay, so what is the first step when starting an online class? Joining every class online available, starting small, buying state-of-the-art technology, or taking online tests.
Itself. You're learning a new way to learn. So meta. Also, be very clear about your motivation. Why are you taking this class? Is it to help you earn your degree faster? Is it to learn a specific skill that would be hard to pick up on your own? Maybe there's a subject you've just always been curious
Okay,
about.
I got my chat back.
Maybe your school doesn't offer that subject. I would suggest you write yourself a motivational statement about why you're taking this class on the front of your notebook, so you see it each time you study. Don't feel silly. It's really easy to lose sight of why you signed up for a class in the first place. Which online course should you pick? There are so many to choose from. It's not just the variety of topics. There's also variety in how courses are structured. Some classes are purely watching online lectures and then taking a test. Others involve writing essays or participating in discussions. There are even blended learning experiences, where you attend occasional classes in person, but most of your work takes place online. Think about what would best suit you at this point in your life. If you find your
Do you think that a blended class would be a good situation? Like you go to school certain days and then you're online certain days? Somebody says yes, somebody says no. Only two responses?
yourself hesitating, listen to that inner voice. Remember, 3%. That number is super low for a reason. People sign up for courses that just don't fit in with their lives, but that's not going to be you.
Do I ever see students laying on their bed like that lady was? Not focused. Why is the structure of the online class important? Why is the structure important?
After picking the course, make sure the institution offering it is accredited. This is especially important if you are taking this course to get a degree or as a credit to finish up some ongoing studies. But even if this course is only to satisfy your curiosity, it's important to know you'll be investing your time and money into something that is truly worth it. So do your homework and pick a reputable online school. Speaking of things that are worth it, here's something else I'd like to ask you to remember. We're making videos at Socratica to help you be a great student. There's a way you, in return, can help us become our patron on Patreon. Every bit of support helps us make these videos free for the world. If you agree that this is valuable work, please join our team. You can find links to our Patreon in the description below. Now, once you have chosen your course and verified that it's from a real school, you need to be very clear about what your responsibilities are. Unlike an in-person class, online courses expect you to organize.
And she's talking to several of you in this class, so listen up, please.
All on your own. It's completely up to you how to schedule your time to make sure you learn all the material, complete your assignments, and get yourself prepared for tests.
Unlike regular classes, organizing your blank and blank for online classes is solely your responsibility. Notes and classes, vacation and days off, recess, playtime, time, study material. Cadence. You are correct. Thank you very much. It was organize your time and your study materials.
For tests. Doing it all on your own without a classroom structure can be overwhelming. Remember I told you I signed up for an Italian Renaissance course? I love that topic, but I was so flooded by the loads of information and homework and projects and discussion boards that I wasn't able to finish the course. Yes, I dropped out. Don't be old me, my friends, be the new me and map out what you will need in terms of time and materials so you can successfully complete your course and hopefully enjoy every second of it. Before starting the course, make sure to read the syllabus to understand right from the get-go what is expected of you. Do you have all the materials? Are there specific books you need? Will there be live interactions that require a webcam? When are your projects due and when are you...
Okay, how do you find out when a project's due? When the teacher reminds you? How can you find out when a project is due? Do you have to send me an email to ask when a project is due? How do you find out? Well, you shouldn't have to ask me. You should be able to go where and find it. Canvas, maybe? Your calendar? Kate, I don't know who you're talking to.
or your exams if there are any. Put all the important due dates in your planner. Make sure to check all of these things and be ready to go before the course starts. Now, here's a controversial point. I would suggest printing out all the essential documents from the class, like the syllabus. I like to keep everything for a course.
Do any of you print out the information from your classes? I see a head shaking no. Does anyone print out? Let's see another no. Okay.
Course in its own notebook so I know where everything is. It's also just easier to read a printed copy. If you'd rather not do this, if it feels like a huge waste of paper, try getting an e-reader. I don't know about you, but for me it's nearly impossible to read from a computer screen for long periods of time. It's just too hard in my eyes. And remember, taking care of your vision is also part of being a great student. One especially delightful aspect of taking online courses is that you can do it almost anywhere. Take advantage of this and create a special study space for yourself. This can help you get in the right mindset.
Okay, who has a special study place? A special study place. Nobody has a special study place? Some of you, I see the same background every time, so that makes me think you use the same area.
To take your online study seriously. You're telling yourself that this is a meaningful part of your life. Set aside a space in your home where you keep all the relevant books and other source materials for your course. So as soon as you sit down, you're ready to work. Don't forget to make it fun. Add your little personal touches that will make you happy. Just don't make it too distracting. It is your sacred study space after.
How do you create a perfect space for taking online classes? What would be the first thing? What would be the first thing that you would need for the perfect space for taking an online class? A quiet place, a place with no distractions like dogs or people or noise or TV or there's nothing wrong having dogs with you, but as long as they don't distract you.
Now that you've organized your space, you should organize your time. Time management will be key for your success while taking an online course. Make sure to give yourself enough time.
Okay, how much time do each of you spend a week working on your assignments? Five minutes? 30 minutes? 1 hour?
Enough time to get your reading and studying done. Don't forget to also set aside time for participating in discussion forums. Go ahead and write the time you will need into your planner, just like you would if you were attending a class in person. Try to be as realistic as possible when scheduling out blocks of time. You're going to have to dedicate as much time as you would for a traditional class, maybe even more, since a lot of organizational work will fall to you. Doing the reading and watching online lectures is only the beginning. You need to schedule in time for processing the information as well. I know you think it will only take 5 minutes to write a comment on a discussion board, but remember, this is supposed to be thoughtful work, not something casual and off the cuff like social media. Speaking of discussion boards, I honestly didn't realize just how important these forums were until I took an online course. This is where you will connect with fellow students and maybe even have to answer questions from your instructor on the spot. Depending on your personality,
Who likes to participate in class discussions? Who likes to participate in class discussions? I see one person does. Thank you, one person. Nobody else? Okay, another person. Thank you for responding. You're two people.
you might find it slightly uncomfortable to engage with this aspect of the course. If that's the case, look
Do
for
you
courses that
think
have what's
the way this course is set up to where you cannot see your other classmates, do you think that's harder to have a discussion than it would be if you were seeing their faces? If you were? Okay, got one no.
called the first respond then read style of forum posting. This way you will write your opinion before being exposed to everyone else's answers. This removes a ton of pressure. You don't have to think about what everyone else has said before you give your honest opinion. When engaging in class discussion boards, remember that even though the language used is more informal, it is still a place where you are expected to write with correct grammar and punctuation. This is not a social media account, my friends, so please, no lolling SMH.
I think I've had that to happen before. Call it lollygagging. Okay, what is the best way to use the discussion board in an online course? Any responses?
Another thing to consider when managing your time is how much group work might be required in your chosen course. Keep in mind that online courses can be taken from all over the world. You might be required to work on projects with people in a whole different time zone. Remember to factor that in when setting aside your study time. Some courses do not require any group work, others do. If the group aspect doesn't sound appealing to you, try looking for more asynchronous courses, where most of the work is individual and self-paced. Here's another regret I have about my ill-fated online class. I didn't take full advantage of what they were offering. There was the opportunity to visit some in-person classes, and I didn't do that. In all fairness, they were happening in another country, but still. This was part of the price of admission to the course, and honestly, I would have loved to have sat in those legendary classrooms. Oxford University! Huh? Just take full advantage of all the course has to offer. You paid for it. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You will need a lot of self-discipline when taking an online course. You have to keep yourself accountable. So check in regularly. I would suggest logging in at least once a day to make sure you are in the loop about any added assignments or ongoing discussions. It will also feel less intimidating than if you check in less frequently and then you have to go through tons of old posts. There is the temptation to try to cram all your studying for your online class into one day a week. That's really not a good idea. Studying for 4 straight hours is a recipe for failure. It's just not possible to study effectively for that long. You won't retain the information and you will be exhausted. One of the very best study tips we have to share is a Pomodoro technique. Basically, break up your studying into chunks of about 20 to 25 minutes with 10-minute breaks in between. Do a few Pomodoros for your course each day and you won't feel so overwhelmed.
Okay, one of the best ways to organize your time for studying is the Pomodoro technique, cramming, multitasking, or learning with music in the background. I see a number 1, which I don't have a problem with music playing quietly in the background, which would not mean, yeah, where it's not distracting. So when we finish this, I expect everyone that's in this class to have completed it. I see a lot of people looking around, not paying attention.
overwhelmed. Check out our video about the Pomodoro technique and apply it to your online courses for a much better chance of success. What happens if you don't take this advice and you keep putting off your studying? Missing deadlines in any class causes problems, but falling behind when studying online can unravel all sorts of chaos. Now you're even more overwhelmed. Do yourself a favor, don't let that happen. Develop a consistency in your studies, even if you can't finish everything in the time you allotted. It's more important to create a cadence that is in tune with all the things you have going on in your life. Don't beat yourself up if you're not completely acing everything. Just make a note for the future to adjust your expectations of how much work you can get done in a certain amount of time. Nobody's perfect. We're all learning and constantly adjusting our expectations for ourselves. If you do get confused or lost at any point, do not hesitate to ask questions. You might feel awkward reaching out. Again, that was me. Don't be me. Believe it or not, your instructors want to know when their students get lost. It helps them understand what's working and what isn't in the class. And remember, your question might help not only you, but also other students that might be having trouble with the exact same issue, but they're too embarrassed to speak up. So, ask. There you go, my Socratica friends. Once you've learned how to manage your time and take responsibility for your tasks, you can navigate online learning, or any learning for that matter, like a pro. Self-discipline, good study habits, and knowing when to ask for help are all essential parts of being a great student.
Okay, how do you think this change? How did this change the way you think about taking online classes? How have your thoughts changed since you have begun this semester? Or have they changed at all? Is it exactly how you thought it would be?
Student.
Okay, and we'll give you about 5 minutes to submit that. Then we'll take our break. As I said, if you're in this class right now, I expect it to be submitted when the class ends. And remember, this does not go on progress reports yet. Jaleesa. Leah, I don't see where you did the warm up for this morning. Leah. Okay, let's go ahead and start our break. Okay, everybody come back and get the camera back on, please. Okay. We have about 25 minutes left. That means there's no reason. This right here was from last week, but it was not being included in the progress reports. So if you haven't done it, it is due Friday. Anyone have any questions? Give me a thumbs up if you're good. 1, 2. Thank you for responding. 3. Hello, Sherrard. What you see on the board is what we have worked on this morning. I don't know. We've been in here since 10:15, so I don't know. Could you possibly log into the wrong class? Okay, well, we've been here since 15 minutes after the hour. Yeah, the schedule for the week when it's like this, it can be confusing. I understand. Travion, what are you working on? Travion. Okay, Leah, have you done your assignments in this class? Travion, what are you working on? I can't see you either. Sherrod, I can't see you either. Okay, Travion, thank you for a response. Does anyone need help with anything? Anyone need help? Anyone need help? So tomorrow we're not doing all classes. Tomorrow, Wednesday, we're doing the even. We're eliminating the short schedule. Tomorrow we'll do 2, 4, and 6. Okay, remember tomorrow, Wednesday, it's even periods only. Where you have your homeroom and your lunch. But hey, Cadence, you're the only person that responded. Okay, we're going to our Would You Rather, and I put in the chat if anyone would like to do it, and Cadence was the first to respond.
Would you rather eat an entire turkey by yourself or eat all the Thanksgiving stuffing by yourself?
Got a turkey, got a stuffing, got another stuffing. So it looks like it's stuffing. Well, no, let's see, stuffing for the win. Okay. I will see you Thursday. No class for third.